Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'd like to thank you for having me here today. It's a pleasure. And a little about my background. I was born in New York City, in the borough of the Bronx. I attended Hunter College in New York City. I earned a bachelor and an MA in music and music education at Hunter College. Then I moved on to teaching music, teaching vocal music, teaching chorus in New York City school system. And I taught there for 34 years. And also as a side, I guess sideline, while I was teaching, I also worked I worked in the music field. I was mostly freelancing as a pianist and vocalist. And, well, all of that together with my family kept me a very busy person. After the 34 years, uh, I I did retire from the New York City school system, and I had heard about this unique and wonderful United Federation of Teachers Institute for Learning During Retirement, and I took a few courses there, and I guess the one that resonated most with me was this watercolor course that I took, watercolor painting. And it started off very simple, and I think that's what I wanted. I wanted something very simple at the time. Not a lot of equipment. You have your water, you have your brush, you have a couple of tubes of paint. You can really start off with just 3 tubes. It didn't require even too much imagination. We started off by copying things out of books, and started off with some drawing, and but little by little, it became a little more personal, and it expanded in in its importance to me. And I continued with that, and I have been engaging in watercolor painting ever since. How I got into starting to paint, I felt that it was a natural progression from my music. It's not. I guess it's not really that surprising. Some of the things that appealed to me about playing music as a child, I started off with the normal classics. As I got older, I was very attracted to jazz, and I really enjoyed working with, particularly with harmonies and putting different notes together, juxtaposing different harmonies and things like that. And I suppose it's not altogether surprising that I would want to do some of the same with color and form in art. Mixing different colors as I did different harmonies and different musical notes, and I still do that. So, I would mix different colors, and put together different shapes, and see things that work together. Better to have this shape and that shape and that shape, or have them, one behind the other. And, just like, again, I use the word juxtaposition. See what works one next to the other. A friend of mine called me on the phone. She said she had been to visit her sister-in-law on her sister-in-law's birthday, this being his sister-in-law, and none of them had been in anybody else's house in about 2 months. And she said, I really want to come and visit you for your birthday. Bring you some wine. I bring a cake, something. They said, well, okay, that's nice. You can come. We'll be sitting in the garage. You can sit in the driveway. She said it was such a weird visit. She said, I took a picture of them. You want to see it? And she sent me a photo, and I looked at the photo, and I texted her back and said, something about the expressions on their faces reminds me of American Gothic. And she wrote back, LOL. There was something humorous about it. But the expression on their faces, I think, is one of worry to me. They seem worried to even have their sister come and visit them. Like, you have to wonder, have any guest that's coming in, any person, where have they been before? What were they doing? Did they touch anything? So that you can see a look of worry, maybe even a look of suspicion. And to me, it reminded me of the faces of the farm couple in Grant Wood's American Gothic from 1930. Now, they had slightly different things to worry about then, but this pandemic is something very serious to worry about. Uh, Now we're finding out that it could be very serious in more ways than we knew about when I painted this 2 weeks ago. We didn't know that children can get it. Now we're finding out that children are getting a version of it. Back then, we were finding it was mostly older people. Grant Wood painting sort of became the wine bottle here. There is no exactly window, but we have some more of the accoutrements of the 2020 edition. You have the face masks, you have the gloves, you have the wine bottle, the wine glasses, automobile, the trunk open with the golf clubs, and the worried look. I think that's what reminded me of the American Gothic to some